What happened when my dog ran towards 6 lanes of traffic and I only had 2 minutes to save him? I was holding my golden retriever Galaxy on the sidewalk, both of us covered in grass stains and shaking, when my parents pulled up and saw the skateboard next to us. Mom's face went from relief to rage in about 2 seconds. "Where did you get that?" She pointed at the board like it was a loaded weapon. Galaxy was heading for the highway. This was the only way to catch him. I don't care if the house was on fire. We banned those death traps. 3 weeks earlier, they donated my skateboard to Goodwill while I was at school. Not just any board, the one Grandpa hand-painted for me before he died. Dragons and flames on the bottom, my name in his shaky handwriting on the grip tape. "Traumatic brain injuries," Mom had said when I begged them to get it back. "One fall and you're vegetables." Dad showed me articles about Tony Hawk's broken bones, like the world's most successful skateboarder having injuries over a 40-year career somehow proved their point. They'd found one YouTube video of a kid falling and decided skateboards were basically suicide machines with wheels. My cousin Ronnie visited 2 weeks after the Great Board Purge, found me watching old videos of Grandpa teaching me to kickflip in his driveway. They seriously threw away Grandpa's board? Donated. For someone else to die on, apparently. That night while my parents were at dinner, Ronnie slipped me his old setup from college. Hide it better than you've ever hidden anything. I tucked it under my bed behind winter clothes I never wore. Just knowing it existed kept me from going completely insane. Then today happened. Mrs. Hunt knocked frantically. "I left the gate open." Galaxy's gone. I saw him 3 blocks away, chasing a squirrel toward Kennedy Avenue. 6 lanes of traffic that never stopped. 8 blocks from our house. Galaxy was maybe 2 minutes from becoming roadkill. I called Mom. "Galaxy's heading for the highway." "We're coming!" But they were downtown. 15 minutes minimum. I stood frozen for maybe 3 seconds. Galaxy was just a golden blur getting smaller. Then my body moved without permission. I crashed through my room, grabbed Ronnie's board, and flew. I hit the hill before Kennedy Avenue, going faster than I'd ever gone. Galaxy was 20 feet from the intersection. The squirrel darted into traffic. I grabbed his collar just as he launched himself after it. We tumbled onto the grass as 18-wheelers roared past where he would have been. That's when my parents arrived. Mom snatched the board and snapped it over her knee. "You deliberately disobeyed us. Galaxy would be dead. You don't know that. He was chasing a squirrel into 6 lanes of traffic." Dad grabbed my shoulder. "Rules exist for a reason. What if you'd fallen? Then I'd have road rash and Galaxy would still be alive. Go to your room. We'll discuss your punishment later." That punishment? They called the police to report Ronnie for providing dangerous equipment to a minor. The cops literally laughed when they heard the story. "Ma'am, he saved your dog with a skateboard? He could have been killed, but he wasn't, and the dog's alive. Arrest whoever gave him that weapon." The officer closed his notepad. "A skateboard isn't a weapon, ma'am, and your son's 18 next month. Maybe focus on the fact that everyone's safe." They grounded me for 3 months anyway. No phone, no friends, no leaving except for school. 2 weeks into my imprisonment, Grandma visited. Mom told her the whole story, expecting support. Grandma stared at her for a long moment. "You threw away the board my husband painted? It was dangerous. The one he spent 3 weeks on despite his arthritis? His last project before the cancer got bad?" Mom went quiet. "And then when another board saved Galaxy's life, you snapped it in half?" "Mom, you don't understand. I understand that you're so terrified of Lucas getting hurt that you're hurting him yourself. You've become the danger you're trying to protect him from." She left early, but not before slipping something into my backpack. That night I found an envelope with $200 and a note. "For your new board, Grandpa would want you to keep rolling. Just wear a helmet. Love, Grandma." I bought a new setup the day I turned 18. Mom cried. Dad threatened to kick me out. I moved in with Grandma instead. She makes me wear protective gear and check in when I'm skating late. Reasonable rules from someone who understands that living in bubble wrap isn't living at all. Galaxy comes with me to the skate park now. He's learned to run alongside while I cruise. Sometimes I swear I can feel Grandpa watching, probably laughing at the irony of his death trap becoming a lifesaver. My parents still send articles about skateboarding accidents. I send them articles about kids who develop anxiety disorders from overprotective parenting. We're at a standstill, but at least Galaxy's alive to see it.